everyone, welcome back. I hope all of you are doing good. And guys, today we are at lecture number 6 for KVPY SA stream, that is for the 11th standard people. And today we will be looking at the chapter called as number systems. Okay, so number system is something which we studied in our lower classes, so it's going to be very interesting and more of logic and aptitude rather than pure math. So let us try to see some really interesting questions. Let's get started. So for those who do not know me, my name is Shimon Joseph and I'm a math master teacher at Vedantu. I've been teaching for almost 6 years now, mentoring over 5,000 amazing students like all of you. And when I was like you guys, I too prepared for exams like JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, KVPY, and I cleared all of them. Okay, so let us get going. So guys, this is very important, the slide for schedule. So this is the schedule for the week for the SA stream. SA stream means the 11th standard students, and your classes in YouTube are usually at 8 p.m. So today you have math and we are looking at number system. Tomorrow you will have physics. The day after you will have chemistry, and then you will have biology. And guys, you know that in SA stream you have to attempt all the 4 subjects. So please focus on bio as well, because it is going to be a scoring area where you can do well if you know things. And I'm sure you guys have learnt in 10th standard, right? So just brush it up and then do well. And for the 12th standard people, I know some of you might be here. So this is the schedule for all of you. You have your lectures on YouTube at 9 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So today you will be having your biology and tomorrow math, followed by physics and chemistry. The topics are over here. You can make a note of it and please do follow it regularly. Okay, whichever topic you feel is important to you, you can come and watch it. Okay, so let us get going, guys. Before we proceed to the lecture, I would like to request all of you to check out this link, because this is a Telegram link which can help you to access a lot of assignments, and you can also get your doubts cleared by our mentors. Okay, so if you want to talk to teachers and mentors and have discussions with your friends, you can always join this group. There are lots of students there already. We have a very active group going on. You can take part in it. Telegram is similar to WhatsApp, guys, for those who don't know. Telegram is similar to WhatsApp. It's an application. Okay, so you download it from Play Store and then you click on this link. Usually you click on this link without Geo network. In Geo network, I think it doesn't work properly. That's what I've heard from students. So with that, let's move forward. As always, do like, share and subscribe, because that keeps us going, and that is the best motivation any teacher can get. Okay, and that encourages us to bring out the best content for all of you. So the first question which you have all been waiting for, I know you guys must be really keen on the question. So this is it. The largest non-negative integer k for which 24 to the power k divides 13 factorial. So these kind of questions are very famous in Olympiads, right? The preliminary stage of Olympiads. They ask this question. It's very simple to solve them. That's why we start off with this. I will tell you the method to do it, but first I would like you guys to give it a try. Okay, I want all of you to give it a try and then I will do it for you. So I want you to find k so that 24 to the power k will completely divide 13 factorial. So 13 factorial, don't think it's a small number, guys, it's a huge number. 13 factorial is what? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into all the way up to 13, and that is going to be a large number, right? So obviously 24 will divide it, because some of you might think, sir, 13 is smaller than 24, sir, how will 24 divide? That might come across, I know. But still, 13 factorial, you should know the meaning of it. Factorial means product of all numbers starting from 1 up to that given number. Okay, so when you do that, it produces a large number, and that large number will pakka be divisible by 24. But I'm not asking just by 24, I'm asking 24 to the power k, and that k you have to find out. Okay, so yeah, you guys can try it out. I will move on to the solution, and if you have any doubts or queries, you can always post it. And if you know the answer or the approach, please do comment it down. That will be awesome. Okay, so let me know what is the approach, because I don't know how you guys are thinking. Some of you might write all the 13 and then cancel out and then see how much is the power of 24 left out. That is also fine. You can do that because it's a small number. It's a surprisingly a small number, so you can do it, no problem. But what is the actual method? That I will tell you, which you can use for any number. Okay, so let us proceed, guys, and if you have answers, please do keep them going in the chat. I would like to see that. So the answer, any guesses? Is it going to be 2 or 4 or 5? Nope. It's going to be 3. Okay. So the answer for this question is 3. Let us see how to approach this and solve this question. Okay. But before that, I will give you a little bit of theory about it, guys. So some of you might have liked the theory before I even gave the question. But guys, since we have less time, I think it's better we cover more questions, and from that the theory you can learn. Okay. Theory I will try to cover a little bit here, and even if I don't cover it completely here, you can refer to any standard textbook. You will find this in the material. So let us try to have a look at it. What do we have here? 24 to the power k. What is the power k maximum that can divide 13 factorial? Now the concept behind this question is, if you have any number n factorial and you want to check whether it is divisible by prime p, or whether what exponent of p divides it. What is the power of p, maximum power of p that divides n factorial? How do we do it? That maximum exponent of p in n factorial is equal to what? Is given by n by p GIF plus n by p square all the way up to whatever power of p you want to do, because anyway after some time your GIF will become 0, guys. I will show you an example. This is a formula. This is box or greatest integer function of n by p plus n by p square plus n by p cube plus n by p power 4 and so on, keep going. Why do I keep going? Sir, then can I keep adding? No, guys, after a certain point you will have 0. After a certain point, when you divide something by a larger number, it will become a fraction. And what is GIF of a fraction? GIF of a fraction is 0. And whatever fraction follows that will also be 0. So after a point you stop. What is that point? That point is where you get 0. Okay. So now I'll give you a simple example. You must have seen this question very commonly, right? You usually come across these questions in binomial theorem and PNC. Binomial theorem and PNC usually have these questions. So let's look at it. So they might ask you, what is the maximum power of 3? Let's say maximum power of 3 in 100 factorial. Okay, some of you might even remember the answer. It's very frequent. So if you are preparing for JEE, you must have come across this question a lot of times. So answer is around 48, right? So how do we get that? Let's have a look at it. How do we do this? So m is equal to 100 by 3. I will directly apply the formula which I gave you. But guys, please note, your p is a prime number. Your p is a prime number. You can't do it simply for whatever number you feel like. That is wrong. Okay. So here, I know for sure my 3 is a prime number. Getting it? So I use the formula 100 by 3 plus 100 by 3 square, which is 9. And then you'll have 100 by 3 cube, which is 27. And then you'll have 100 by 3 power 4, which is 81. And I stop after that because what is 100 by 243? 100 by 243 is a fraction between 0 to 1. So the GIF of that is 0. The GIF of that is 0. Now does it make sense what I told? So whatever you have after that, you are going to get 0. Getting it? So what is the answer for this? This is 33.33. But when I check GIF, I will get only 33. This is 11.09, right? So you will get 11 only. And this will be 3 point something. So you will get 3 only. What did I do? Okay. You will get 3 only. And 100 by 81 is 1 point something. So you will get 1 only. So how much is it? This will be 48. 33 plus 11 is 44. 44 plus 3 is 47. 47 plus 1 is 48. Okay. So this is the background for this question. I know we have taken a lot of time. Some of you might have already known this. So this is for all those who are not aware of this. You guys can make a note of it. I didn't derive it. I just gave you the expression because we don't have time to cover the derivation of it. But please take it down. Let's move forward. Let's try to solve this and move ahead. Okay, guys, I'm going to erase. If you want to note it down, please pause it right now. Okay. So I'm going to erase it. Okay. So let's see how to apply this concept in this question. So what do we have? First, let me look at 24. What is 24, guys? 24 is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, right? Because I know 24 is 8 into 3. So I can rewrite this as 2 to the power 3 into 3. Okay. So now what I will do is, I will look at the prime factors making up this number. What are the prime factors making up 24? The prime factors making up 24 are 2 and 3. So let me first figure out what is the power of 2 and what is the power of 3. From that I will build 24. Are you getting it? So that is how it works. I will collect the powers of 2 alone in 13 factorial, and I will collect the powers of 3 alone in 13 factorial, and then I will build them up from there. Okay. So let's try to do that. So 13 factorial power of 2 is going to be how much? 13 by 2 GIF plus 13 by 2 square GIF plus 13 by 2 cube GIF plus 13 by 2 power 4 GIF and so on. So this is going to be what? This is going to be 6 plus 3 plus, how much is this? 1 plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 0. So how much is that? 10. So the power of 2 in 13 factorial is 10. So 2 to the power 10 is present in 13 factorial. Similarly, what is the power of 3 in 13 factorial? The power of 3 in 13 factorial is 13 by 3 plus 13 by 9 plus 13 by 27, but after this everything becomes 0 because that itself is 0. So it will be how much? 4. Is it 4? Yep, it is 4 plus 1. So that will be 5, right? So the power of 3 is 5. So 3 to the power 5 is present. Now what do you think is the answer? Is it 5 or is it 10? Looking at these two, 10 is not even present in the option. So should I mark 5? Is 5 the answer for this question? Of course not, because what do you want to make 24? You want 1 3, but wait a minute, I want 3 2's. I want 3 2's. So if I use the entire 5, so let's say I have 3 power 5, then corresponding 2 power should be how much? Corresponding 2 power should be 15. Because if 1 is there, 3 should be there. If 5 is there, 15 should be there. But do I have 15 2's? No. So 2 power 10 is my limiting reagent sort of. Are you getting it? So we use that concept in chemistry, right? So here my determining step is going to be because of 2 to the power 10 and not because of 3 power 5. So let us reverse work. Okay. So let's say you have 2 to the power 3, 1. So if I have 2 to the power 10, I should have 3 to the power 3.33. Okay. Based on this logic, if 3 is there, 1 should be there. But obviously that doesn't make sense. Okay. So that will not be even rational because it is 3 to the power 10 by 3, which is not rational. Okay. So let's take 2 to the power 9 and 3 to the power 3. This makes sense. This is the answer for this question. Because when I take 2 to the power 9, do I have 9 2's present? Yes, I have 9 2's present. And do I have 3 3's present? Yes, 3 3's are present. Now you might ask, sir, what about the other 2 3's which are left out, sir? It's fine. Other 2 3's are left out, but do you have enough 2's to make it 24? Nope. So you leave it there. Answer is going to be, how much is this? This is going to be 24 cube. So answer is 3. That is how you solve it. I hope you guys have understood it. Clear? So guys, with that, let us move ahead and let's see the next question. If you have any doubts, please do let me know. I'll move aside. You guys can go through whatever I did. And if you have any problem, you can post it down as comments. I will clarify it. Okay. So yeah, let's go to the next question, guys. Let's see the next one that I have for you, which is on your screen right over here. So this is another easy question, very simple one. You guys need to just go through it and think logically. Okay, let me read it out for you and explain it. So you have set S. Okay, set S, it should have been capital letter because sets are always represented by capital letters. Okay, so this is capital S. Be the set of all ordered pairs of positive integers satisfying the condition x square minus y square is so and so, that number. Then what are the elements present in set S? Is it an infinite set? Is it an empty set? Or it has only one element? Or it has finite number of elements and having at least 2? you guys have to try it out, and this was asked in the year 2007. And guys, this requires just interpretation of the question. If you interpret the question correct, you will get it right. Okay, so try to get the meaning of the question correct, you will be fine. So I'll give you some time, you guys can pause the video and try it out. But for others who want to rush to the answers, we will move ahead. Okay, and if you know the answer, please do comment it, guys. Some of you might have already done this and you might know a better approach also. You can always let me know and I'll be more than happy to hear that. Okay, so shall we proceed, guys? Shall we move to the solution part of it? You guys can comment down the answers now. So the answer for this question is going to be nothing other than option B. What is that? Empty set. Can you believe it? So such a big question and then you end up with such a simple answer, right? It's an empty set. So now let's see why it is an empty set. What is the logic behind it? So let's get started. Okay. Now guys, there are a few observations which you have to understand. So here, if you see the right hand side, you have an even number, right? You have an even number. Now, if x and y are even and odd, if I subtract them, can I get an even number? Of course not. Okay, of course not. Are you guys able to follow? Because look at this. You have, let's say, 4 square minus 3 square. 4 square minus 3 square is what? Is 7. That's an odd number. So whenever you subtract even and odd square or odd and even square, you will get an odd number. So by this, what I can conclude is, I can conclude that x and y should be of either even form or odd form. So they should be either even and even or odd and odd, so as to get the difference as an even number. Okay, so as to get the difference as an even number, as simple as that. Because of the difference, I predict that both of them have to be either even or odd and odd. Getting it? So that comes from observation. Now, how do I handle this? So let's take it case by case, because case by case is going to make my job very simple. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take case by case. So let's say the even numbers are 2m and 2n. And when I take odd numbers, let me take it as 2m plus 1 and 2n plus 1. Okay, this is case 1 and this is case 2. Now I'll solve for case 1. Let's say I have case 1. What do I have? X square minus y square. So what is x square minus y square? 4m square minus 4n square. Why? Because this is x and this is y, na? This is x and this is y. So it will be how much? 4 times of m square minus m square. 4 times of m minus n into m plus n. I hope that's what you get, right? Perfect, because they both are even. Now guys, think about it. So if it is 4 times of m minus n into m plus n, it should be divisible by 4. It should be divisible by 4, isn't it? Are you all able to get that? Clear? Brilliant. Now if it is divisible by 4, can I say this should also be divisible by 4? Because that is a check for divisibility by 4, right? What is the check for divisibility by 4? The last 2 digits must be divisible by 4. I know if they are even and even, pakka they should be divisible by 4. But what is happening here? 78 is not divisible by 4. So I know the numbers cannot be even and even. So this case is ruled out. Okay, this case is ruled out completely. The numbers cannot be even and even. Now let's take the second case. What is that? Odd and odd. So I'll do x square minus y square. What is x square? 4m square plus 1 plus 4m minus 4n square minus 1 minus 4n. So this plus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled. So if I take 4m square and 4n square together, I'll get 4 times of m square minus n square plus what do you have? 4 times of m minus n. 4 times of m minus n, isn't it? What do we have here? Can I take m minus n common? If I take m minus n common, I will have 4 times of m plus n and you will have plus 4 over here. Again this is divisible by 4. So second case is also wrong. Because you see 4 is common here, right? 4 is common here and 4 is common here. So again we are getting, even if they are odd and odd, their difference of squares must be divisible by 4. So it is going to be neither case 1 nor case 2. Therefore, there is no other possibility, because look at it guys, they said positive integers, right? X is a positive integer. Positive integer means what? It is going to be natural numbers. So natural numbers can either be represented as odd or even. I have addressed both the cases. So naturally, my answer would be option B, because there is no possible ordered pair which is going to satisfy the given condition, that is x square minus y square is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you all okay with this? If you have any queries, please do let me know guys. Any doubts or misunderstanding, do let me know in the comment. I will get back to you. Okay? Please go through it and then we will move forward. So I will tell you a short trick here. So any difference of squares, right? It cannot be of the form 4k plus 2. So this is of the form 4k plus 2. Can you see that? So it is a multiple of 2 plus 2. That means it leaves a remainder of 2 when divided by 4. Difference of squares cannot be in that form. You can take it as a fact. Okay? Good. So yeah, with that, let's move forward. So the next question for you guys is right over here. Very simple one, based on a property that we learnt in lower classes, terminating and non-terminating. I think we have learned that in 7th or 8th standard, right? And we will find its use here in this question. So KVPY SA has syllabus ranging from your lower classes. Okay, so they test you on the properties which you learnt in 8th, the circles, triangles, and all those dry chapters. You remember you studied in 8th, 9th, and 10th. So those chapters are going to be heavily used in your geometry for KVPY, and likewise some of these properties are going to be used. Okay, so and guys, when I say geometry is a very interesting subject. Some of you might find it very hard, some of you might have not liked it the way it was done probably in your schools or something like that, but please do develop an interest, because that can give you a very big edge, not just in KVPY but also in JEE. Okay, so let's come back to this question. I'll read it out and I'll explain it. So the number of positive integers n in the set 2, 3 up to 200. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all the way up to 200, such that 1 by n has a terminating decimal. 1 by n should be terminating. Now guys, this question can be solved only if you understand what is meant by terminating and what does it imply mathematically. Just knowing terminating is not enough, because anyone who speaks English can understand that, right? Terminating means it has to end. But what is the mathematical interpretation of it? When I say terminating expansion, then there is something behind it. You guys should be aware of it. So try it out and then we will move forward to the solution. Okay? So guys, if you want to try it, pause it. Pause the video right now and give it a try. I will move on to the answer. And if you guys know the answer or the approach, you can always let me know. I'll be more than happy. And approach in the shortest way, that will be appreciated. Okay, it should be logical, but approach in the shortest way, that can always be shared. So let's get started guys. Let's try to solve this question. By now some of you might have commented the property. The answer for this question is option B, 18. Okay, so what is the property? The property of a terminating decimal is this n will have only powers of 2 and 5. So n will be of the form 2 to the power a, 5 to the power b. Only if this is there, it is going to be terminating. Are you guys able to follow? So whenever I say you are going to have a terminating decimal, your number in the denominator, this is n, will be of the form 2 to the power a, 5 to the power b. That is the mathematical interpretation. After this question is pretty simple guys. Okay, so first I will collect all the powers of 2. Okay, what are all the powers of 2? You have 2, you have 4, you have 8, you have 16, you have 32, you have 64 and you have 128. Okay, do you have 256? No, so I stop there. Okay, next, what are the powers of 5? You have 5, you have 25, you have 125. Is that all? Just powers of 2 and powers of 5? Is that all my n can take? No. Because look at this, it is not 2 powers separately or 5 powers separately. They can come together also. So I will look for product of 2 powers with 5 powers. What are they? They will be 10, 20, will 30 come? 30 will not come because 30 contains 3 also. Apart from 2 and 5, it contains 3. So I will not take it. Will 40 come? Yes, 40 will come. Will 50 come? 50 will come. 60? No. Because 60 again has a factor 3. I don't want 3 because I should have only of the form 2 to the power something, 5 to the power something. Getting it? And 60 won't come, 70 won't come because 70 has 7. 80? Yep, 80 will come. 90? No, because 90 has 3. 100? Yes. 110 has 11, so no. 120 has 3, so no. 130 has 13, so no. 140 has 7, nope. 150? Nope, again 3 it has, right? 160? Yep, 160 can come. Then 170? No. 180? Nope. 190 also is not allowed. Only then you will have 200. Now, the way to verify what I did is write everything in terms of 2 powers and 5 powers. You will see exactly in this form. You will see exactly in this form. So now you can ask, sir, what about this 2, sir? No 5 is there. Guys, it is 2 power 1 into 5 power 0. That is the first one. What is the second one? 2 power 2 into 5 power 0. 2 power 3 into 5 power 0. And so on. What about this 5, sir? It doesn't have any 2. Because this can be written as 5 to the power 1, 2 to the power 0. So it is of that form only. Getting it? These things will be very clear. What will be this one? 2 power 1 into 5 power 1. What will be this one? 2 power 2 into 5 power 1. What will be this one? 2 power 3 into 5 power 1. Getting it? So it goes like that. It goes like that. So this is how you solve this question. And can you count it? How much you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So totally you have 18 terms. Okay. So 18 numbers inside this set are going to be having terminating decimal. Okay. Is that clear for everyone? I hope you guys have understood it. So if you have doubts, you can always let me know by posting it. With that, let's move forward, guys. I'll just give you probably 20 seconds to note it down. In case you have doubts, you can post it. So yep, with that, let us move ahead to the next question, shall we? So next question is over here. Again, a purely logic based question. Okay, but there's a small catch here. There's a small catch. Let's see how many of you can cross over it. There's a small trap, guys. There's a small trap. I'm warning you again. Think about it and solve it. Okay, so let me read it down. So you have A, B, C and D are 4 distinct numbers. Okay, they are chosen from the set of 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 9. So these 4 numbers are selected from 1 to 9. Okay, and what is the speciality of them? They are distinct. They are all distinct. They are going to be different. No 2 are identical. Then I want you to find out what is the minimum value of A by B plus C by D. Okay, how do you find this out? Think about it and let me know what is the answer. This shouldn't take much time because this is a very simple question. Okay, either you know it and go wrong, either you know it and get it correct. These are the only 2 possibilities. I'm sure everyone will know how to approach this. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to solve this. If you know the answer, please do comment it down. The answer for this question is not your option A, it's not B, it's neither C. Some of you might have told C. That's the catch I told about. It is not C, it is going to be D, guys. Okay. The answer is option D and not C. See, A and B are very easy to remove. A and B are directly gotten rid of, but C and D is the real play here. Okay. So let's try to see why your option D is correct and not C. First thing is, when I want to minimize something like this, what do? I make sure my A and C are as low as possible and my B and D are as high as possible. Okay. So naturally, I would select 1 and 2 for A and C and I would select 8 and 9 for B and D. Okay. Now I know my numerators can take 1, 2 and my denominators can take 8, 9. This much you should have done. You should have done. It is very basic and anyone who sees this question can feel this. right? Because when you want the sum to be minimum of a fraction, you need to make sure your numerators are small and your denominators are large. That's simple. Okay. And why did I choose 4 numbers? Sir, you could have taken 1199. No, sir. But wait a minute. They said no repetition. 4 distinct, right? That's why I took all 4 different. Getting it? So these points are clear. Now let's get solving. So should I go like this? 1 by 9, because lowest by very high. So it will be a very small value. You will be very excited. Okay, so this is very small, sir. Plus you will add next lowest by next highest. So this will give you how much? This will give you 8 plus 18, 26 by 72. And you will be like 13 by 36. And you will be like extremely happy. You will be even more happy when you see that in the option. You will be like, okay, C option is there. You will take it only to get -1. Okay. Or minus 0.25 or whatever in KVPY. Okay. What is the mistake here? The mistake here is what you did was you tried to minimize this to a very great extent. That's good. I like it. But what about this term? This term is not very large. This term is not very small. 2 by 4 is how much? 0.25. 0.25 is not a very small value. Because I can have an alternative. What is that alternative? Instead of reducing this extremely and having this as slightly high, why don't I play a neutral ground with both of them by giving the 8 to 1 and giving the 9 to 2? This is a better idea because I am looking at the sum being minimum, right? When I look at the sum being minimum, I need to address for both of them together. What you did here, the mistake is you try to observe A by B separately and try to minimize it as much as possible because you gave the lowest numerator and the highest denominator, which is the best case. But you gave it completely to first term alone. So the second term, what is left out is actually not going to give you the minimum value. Okay, and that comes by comparison. When you do this, what you get? You will get 25 by 72. So you see that is 26 by 72 and this is 25 by 72. So naturally this is smaller. So my option is D. So a little bit of thinking, guys, because you should have been alerted by the fact you have 2 by 8. 2 by 8 is a large value as compared to 2 by 9. Okay, getting it? So yeah, that is how it works. I hope you guys have understood it. This is completely based on logic and the approach is similar to what we discussed. The basic fact remains the same. Your numerator should be small and your denominator should be large. That's it. Based on that, you take cases and solve. You will be done with your answer very quickly. Don't be in a hurry. Whenever you get answers like this, you see in the options, don't be in a hurry and go for it because it might be a trap answer. Okay, good. So with that, let's move ahead to the next question, which is probably the last question for the day. So here goes the last one. So the number of all 2-digit numbers n such that n is equal to the sum of the square of digit in its tens place and the cube of the digits in its units place. So the number is going to be 2-digit and that number is actually equal to square of the number in tens digit and cube of the number in units digit. Okay, are you guys okay with that? Perfect. Now let's try to solve it. How do we do that? Try to think in terms of algebra, guys. You can properly solve this question and I would suggest you to go by cases. Cases will be better to solve it. I will tell you what I mean by that when I solve it, but you guys can give it a try. I have given you a hint now. I told you to use algebra and cases. So these two should take you to the answer. Okay. So probably you can take 2 minutes, pause the video, go back, try it out on your notebook and then come back. Then only you'll appreciate it. You will appreciate what's going on. If you directly see the answer, I'm sure you can't reciprocate it. If I ask you the same question after a week, you may not be able to reciprocate it. So try to break your head and get it. Okay. So yeah, let's get started. I'll solve this question. The answer for this question is going to be your option C. It's going to be 2. Okay. So there are going to be 2 such numbers, I guess. So let's try to start off. So first thing what I do is it's a 2-digit number, right? So I'll take my n to be something of the form BA. So B is the number in my tens digit and A is the number in my units digit. So what is the value of n? The value of n will be what? n is of the form ba, so value of n will be 10b plus a, isn't it? Because b is present in my tens place, so it will be 10 times b plus a is present in my unit place plus a. Okay, so that is the n. Now that n is equal to what they are saying? That n is equal to sum of the square of the digit in tens place. What is the digit in tens place? B. So it is b square plus cube of the digit in the units place. So it is going to be b square plus a cube. So now I'll have 10b minus b square is equal to a cube minus a. So I'll have b into 10 minus b equal to a into a minus 1 into a plus 1. This is brilliant. This is brilliant because this can help you reach the answer. Why do I say that? Because my a can take any value from 0 to 9 and my b can take any value from 1 to 9, because b is the tens digit and tens digit cannot be 0. Why it cannot be 0? Because they said it's a 2-digit number. They said it's a 2-digit number, okay? But a can be 0, doesn't matter, okay? Now let's try to use this equation to solve my entire question. Okay, what do I do here? Let's say my a is 0. Okay, or let me take a different approach, guys. Let's go by a different approach. So look at the graph of this. This is a quadratic, right? So it has 0 and 10 as roots. So what do you think will be the maximum value? The maximum value will be at 5 and that value will be 25. So this expression on the left hand side will have a maximum value of 25 at b equal to 5. Okay, I will tell why it is useful. It is useful because the way I solve this question is I'll put values in a. Let's put a equal to 0. If I put a equal to 0, I'll get b into 10 minus b equal to 0. That means either b is 0 or b is 10 when a is 0. Is it possible for b to be 0 or is it possible for b to be 10? No. B is the number in tens digit. How can it be 10? Or how can it be 0? So both of them are not valid. So a cannot be 0. That's it. A cannot be 0. Similarly, a cannot be 1 also, because if a is 1, again you'll get the same condition, right? If I put a equal to 1, this side will become 0 and you will have b into 10 minus b also 0, which will give you the similar condition. So a cannot be 1 also. Now let's go to a equal to 4. I have skipped a equal to 2 and 3. I'll come back to it. I'll go to a equal to 4. So if I put a equal to 4, what will happen? You'll have 4 into 3 into 5. And how much is that? 12 into 5, 60. So when a is equal to 4, I have my right hand side equal to 60. But what is the maximum value of my left hand side? Now do you realize why I did that? So this mix of graph, quadratic and fast solving by cases, you should know. You should use that in exams. That gives you a lot of advantage. Okay. So my left hand side maximum value is 25 and my right hand side is taking 60 now. So obviously it's wrong. So a cannot be 4. And similarly, whatever a comes beyond that will not be possible because it will keep growing. Put a equal to 5, it will be even more. Okay. So a cannot be more than 5. So the only options left out are a equal to 2 and a equal to 3. So I just need to solve it for these two conditions. So if I put 3, what do I get? If I put 3, what do I get? I get b into 10 minus b is equal to 3 into 2 into 4, which will be 24. And if I put a is equal to 2, what do I get? 2 into 1 into 3, 6. b into 10 minus b equals 6. So these are the only two equations. These are the only two equations left for me to solve. All the others I'll erase. That's it, done. So these are the only two equations left for me to solve. Let's solve that first. So you'll get b square minus 10b plus 24 equals 0. So b is equal to 4 or 6. This one will give you what? B square minus 10b plus 6 is equal to 0. But you will not get integer values here, I think. Yeah. What is the b value? Minus b plus or minus root of b square 100 minus 4ac, 76 by 2a. So here you don't get integer values. So obviously it's wrong. Because how can your digit be something which is not an integer. I mean something which is not a natural number. It's not allowed, right? So B has to be from 1 to 9. I told you. B has to take values from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is not there over here. So it is wrong. So this 2 are accepted. B can be 4, B can be 6. And this came in what? It came in A equal to 3, right? It came in the case of A being 3. So the values are 43 and 63. These are the two numbers for which this is possible. So the answer is going to be my option C, 2. Getting it? Good question. This was a nice question. This was a nice question because it has a lot of good concepts involved in solving it. I hope you guys were able to appreciate that. So with that, let's conclude our session today, guys. If you have doubts, do let me know. But take some time, go through it, take notes of what you learn and revise it once you go to exams. So that's how you improve. Always take notes of what you learn new, because right now it might seem like you know everything and you are able to get everything, but you will forget with time. Okay, so do that, and with that let's conclude our session. And as always, I would like to talk about the KVPY mock test series. So guys, it will be starting off, and already our internal students have given some tests on KVPY. So if you want to be a part of it, please do check out the link in Vedantu website or in the description. It is available for a very reasonable price of 1,000, and you have all these things included. Okay, this is a Telegram link which I spoke of earlier. If you want to connect with us, teachers or the academic mentors, you can check out this link. And as always, please do like, share and subscribe, and post down whatever you learned. Did you benefit from it? And if you have any suggestions also, do let us know. We'll always be open to your suggestions. Okay guys, and all the very best guys. I want everyone to do well. Take care, keep working hard, and you will do well. Bye bye.